Hey everyone, Qualcomm is an interesting AI stock I recently listed on my list of stocks to buy. So with that being said, I wanted to provide more information on Qualcomm stock in future videos, and this will be one of those videos. I'm going to dig deeper, try and understand what's going on with Qualcomm so you get a better idea of why I'm optimistic about this AI stock's prospects. So let's get into the details.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so Qualcomm CEO in their latest quarterly earnings call reported second quarter revenue of 9.4 billion and revenue from the chipset business specifically of 8 billion reflected strong premium tier demand for Android smartphones and continued momentum in automotive. Now, the vast majority of the company's revenue as of right now comes from chipsets for smartphones. But what has me excited about the company's business is the opportunities outside of smartphones, and we'll get a deeper look into that as we move through this video. So the company is developing and enabling an ecosystem to develop and commercialize on-device generative AI applications across smartphones, next-generation PCs, VR devices, vehicles, industrial edge, robotics, networking, and more. And it's all of those other opportunities that are growth options for Qualcomm investors. The smartphone market, not going to grow by very much from here on out. It's a mature industry. It's only going to experience mostly a replacement cycle where the newer 5G handsets are now replacing the older 3G and 4G handsets. And so you're getting growth from 5G, but they're coming at the expense of the older generation technology. And so it's just the replacement cycle mostly, with people replacing their older smartphones. Whereas some of the other industries like VR and vehicles and industrial edge and robotics are growth areas where the company, especially in vehicles, is experiencing strong gains. So Qualcomm said that they benefited from the recent launch of their Qualcomm AI Hub, which is a gateway for developers to enable at-scale commercialization of on-device AI applications. It features a library of approximately 100 pre-optimized AI models for devices powered by Snapdragon and Qualcomm platforms, delivering 4 times faster inferencing versus non-optimized models. And they go on to say, as AI expands rapidly from the cloud to devices. And that's the key there. That's the key trend that Qualcomm will benefit from. As of right now, most AI is on the cloud, but it's going to move, it's going to trend to devices. And that's because the industries that sell to the customers will benefit if the customers, the end users, are using their own computing power on their own devices rather than using the computing power of those cloud services to generate the queries and generate responses. What's more, consumers would be interested in taking on the computing responsibility because it will speed up the responses. It'll speed up those models and speed up those inferences, especially as these large language models, as these AI services become more capable. They'll require more and more computing power. And so you're going to want to have it closer to the edge or closer to the device that's actually being used. So that way you get faster and faster responses, which will, like I mentioned, become more important as the power of these AI services grows. Right now, we're just in the beginning stages of these large language models and ChatGPT, etc. They're going to get more powerful because of all the investment that's going in. It's inevitable that improvement will be made because of the billions and billions of dollars of investment going in, the thousands and thousands of people, smart people, engineers working on these problems. It's inevitable that there will be breakthroughs and there will be advancements, and you're going to want to have those in your devices, in your personal computers, laptops, iPads, tablets, smartphones, etc. Maybe even smartwatches are going to get even smarter. So that's why Qualcomm will benefit, because they help facilitate on-device computing. One of the key areas for growth I highlighted for Qualcomm is in automotive, and they have a $45 billion backlog now in their automotive segment, where their latest quarterly revenue was only a few hundred million. So this segment is growing rapidly for Qualcomm, 35% year over year in the latest quarter. And given this massive backlog, it's going to grow quickly, and it's going to grow faster than the total addressable market. They're going to gain market share, and it remains on track to achieve more than $4 billion in automotive revenue in fiscal year 2026. So $4 billion in just automotive revenue in fiscal year 2026. The company's entire revenue in the latest quarter was less than $10 billion. So it's going to grow to become a meaningful part of Qualcomm's business. Further, the premium and high-tier smartphones, their Snapdragon mobile platform continues to set the bar for performance and on-device generative AI capabilities. They recently launched inside a flagship Android device powered by Snapdragon Gen 3 are seeing strong demand globally, especially in China. And what we saw in the beginning parts of the year was Apple losing market share in China. Apple's year-over-year growth in iPhone sales really got off to a very slow start in China. They've since recovered. The last couple of months have been better, but the first 3 months of the year, January, February, and March, were a struggle for Apple, and they climbed back in the last couple of months. But you see Android gaining popularity in regions as Apple kind of has flatlined and pulled back because of the lack of innovation in the iPhone. Apple hasn't really come out with much innovation in that product, and recently they announced Apple Intelligence, which they could infuse with the iPhone and could spur sales, but for now hasn't done much just yet. Moreover, Qualcomm is excited about the upcoming launches of next-generation Windows AI PCs powered by Snapdragon. The Snapdragon X Elite is the leader in performance, on-device AI, power efficiency in the Windows ecosystem, and it's optimally positioned to lead the transition to AI PCs. And this timing is great. This is one of the best timing of any product I've seen here, right as the personal computer market is going through its biggest replacement cycle in its history, arguably, right? Because so many computers were purchased in 2020 and 2021, they now need to be replaced over the next 3 to 5 years. And then because they're being infused with artificial intelligence, these next generation PCs are going to spur increasing consumer demand, and Qualcomm is going to be right in the middle of that. So it's launching a product right into that massive replacement cycle. So if this product is a hit and if it resonates with customers and original equipment manufacturers, then it could really drive success for Qualcomm going forward. So you can understand, what's going on here with Qualcomm and some of the reasons why I'm optimistic about this AI stock. Did you know that over 90% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed? It'll really help support my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And oh, by the way, one of the benefits of being subscribed is that I take requests from subscribers more often than I do from non-subscribers. So if you prefer that benefit, please subscribe to the channel.